Hey guys, it's Jess from All Done Dancing again. So tonight I had to cancel on my friend because one, I'm on antibiotics, and two, it's because my leg is healing, like always, which is what I've kind of been talking about since the beginning of my YouTube channel here. So I finally called my doctor and was able to get a prescription for antibiotics or whatever that I have to take for 2 weeks, and found out that I somehow have prescription coverage, which really would have liked to know that like a year and a half ago. But whatever. I was able to get prescriptions for just like $5 or $10 or whatever it was. So I'm taking that twice a day. It is a giant horse pill of a pill. But yeah, so tonight I realized like I had to go to work and then internship, and then I also worked in the evening at my other part-time job today. And so Thursdays are just really long days for me, and I kind of forget how much walking and moving that I'm doing throughout the day. And if I'm trying to heal once and for all, I really need to stop overdoing it. And I hate that. Like, I definitely have a fear of missing out, and that is kind of what this whole little video, I don't know how little or short or long or whatever it's going to be because I just started filming, but the fear of missing out is definitely the reason that my legs are still sore. I always want to go with my friends to do with whatever, to do whatever with them, and if I don't, I feel like I'm letting them down, I'm letting myself down, and I always kind of remind myself, like, you only have one life, so you should probably hang out with your friends when they ask you to. And it's not like we go run marathons or walk 10 miles together, but it's just added walking that is just kind of stressing out my legs even more. So I think it'll be good that I finally was able to get an antibiotic without having to see a doctor, because that's incredibly expensive when you don't have insurance. So yeah, I thought it was an April Fool's joke because it happened yesterday, which was April Fool's. And I was like, yeah, I don't have insurance, so it should be the full price. And they were like, no, you have this. And I was like, okay. And I left because I was like, I don't want to question this right now. Like, I'd rather just spend the $5 or $10 or whatever it is for a copay. Yeah, fear of missing out is definitely something I've always kind of struggled with as an adult or even as a teen. Just, in my life, I always want to participate in what my friends are participating in, and I want to enjoy life, and I don't want to just be laying on the couch or in my bed just doing nothing. So I try to embrace the days where my legs are feeling awesome, and those days, that's most of the week that my legs feel fine. There are times when, excuse me, dry throat here. There are times, obviously, when I am going out doing things and I probably shouldn't be, because my legs are like, hey, we're sore, let's kind of cool it. You've already been wearing prosthesis for 10 hours or whatever it is. So I don't know if anyone else deals with this, and I feel like, I don't know if it's affecting me more, this fear of missing out, because I do have a disability, or if it's just my personality. Like, I am meant to be always moving and exploring and hanging out with people, and when I have to lay on the couch for an evening and make my legs feel better, like, that just makes me not sad or depressed or anything, but it's just kind of like a bummer. Like, I could be hanging out with people. And there obviously are times my friends will come to my house and we'll just hang out and watch movies, and that's awesome. But that's also kind of boring because that's always what I have to do when my legs are not feeling good. Like tonight, for instance, I was supposed to go interview my friend for like a little paper I'm doing for class, and now we're just going to have to kind of Skype and do that, which is fine. But I would much prefer to be hanging out with her and watching movies and, just relaxing, but my legs hurt and I need to respond to when my legs tell me they are hurting. I'm sure after a couple days of taking the antibiotic, because it is so strong, like it is this big and huge, and I have to take it on a full stomach, so there's that. But yeah, fear of missing out. I can just think of so many times when I would have loved to do something, but I couldn't, and so, whatever. I guess that's not really fear of missing out. That's just me saying I can't do something because I'm not willing to, or not willing to expend the energy to do something. But yeah, there have been times when people are like, hey, we're going out for drinks. Why don't you come meet us? And I'm like, sure, why not? And it's like 11 at night, and then I'm like, great, my legs already hurt, and now I'm going out drinking, and that takes away from kind of my recovery time each night if I do something late at night. And it's not really that big of a deal, but I'd rather not waste my time with recovering from walking for the whole day. But this is my life, and I know what it is, so I don't know. I guess I don't know what else to kind of say about the fear of missing out, besides that I would probably be doing way more if I didn't have to deal with my legs so often. And even when I'm out doing things and my legs are bothering me, like I will stop what I'm doing, go to the bathroom, adjust some stuff, and then come back out and like tell myself, okay, you have a little bit more time, that your legs feel okay right now, but you're gonna have to leave by a certain time. So, I mean, in the past, I would always make sure I drove separate from my friends, or I had an easy way to get home where it wasn't interfering with anyone else's life, because I didn't want anyone else's life to also have to miss out on things because my legs were hurting, or it was just too much walking, because I have overdone it many, many times. Like the last time I overdid it was back in the summer of 2013. I went to Toronto, and my friend and I were just kind of exploring Toronto because we had like the whole afternoon and evening. Like we had a really early flight, and we wanted to explore, and we were trying to find an art museum, and we ended up taking a right instead of a left and walking like 3 miles more than we had to, and I had to say, sorry, like I have to go back to the hotel room, like I can't walk anymore, my legs are bleeding, I need to figure this out. And so I had to get us a cab, and I think we actually ended up finding where we wanted to be. Like we found this really cute area, like artsy area. So I mean, I was able to walk after a little bit. Like we took a couple breaks, and it wasn't as bad as like previous legs that I've had where we have to just like say, sorry, like I can't walk anymore. Like this is not happening. So I mean, it was one thing to kind of end the first half of walking too far, and it was another previously to be like, we can't do anything else today because I'm done for. And I didn't bring like crutches, and there was no way for me to have like a wheelchair or anything. So I mean, I feel bad for those kind of things when I make other people miss out, like exploring a new city. But obviously we had like the whole weekend, but yeah, I had to like figure out a bunch of things for how my legs would feel better. I'm trying to think, there's other times that I've been like, sorry, we have to leave like right now because my legs suck. And you know, it's definitely because I am very sweaty. Like I'm always a sweaty person. I always have been. I'm sure I always will be. It's just how my body regulates my body temperature, since so much of my body or legs are inside prosthesis. Like there's no other way for me to get rid of or regulating my temperature, and obviously that's what sweating is. So I don't know why I was explaining that, but yes. Yeah, so I'm always sweaty, and my legs have a lot of scar tissue, which I think I've shown on a few videos. I'm not even sure because it's so hard to film my legs without it being weird. So the scar tissue it's not as malleable as like just regular skin. Like it doesn't move around. So like if I trip or I fall down, like it's way more likely that I'll just get an open wound, and that open wound will like never want to heal, which is what I've been dealing with since I went to San Francisco back in September. So yeah, I've definitely had to sit on a lot of park benches, a lot of side streets. Even when I'm like out shopping with friends, like I will just sit on like the tables that all the clothes are on, and I will get yelled at, and I really don't care. Like I need to sit down because my legs are hurting, and if I walk any further, I'm just gonna cry, and I'd rather not do that sometimes or all the time because it's embarrassing. I mean, I feel like I'm missing out sometimes because I kind of pigeonholed myself into living in the same city that I basically grew up in. But this city is more adaptable to my needs than, say, me wanting to move to Chicago, which I've always wanted to do, or moving like where all my friends are in San Francisco or San Diego. But there's just so much walking and heat and humidity and other things that I have to factor in that it makes it impossible for me to want to live anywhere else at this point in time. So yeah, fear of missing out is definitely a real thing. And I mean, thinking about it right now, it's kind of bumming me out, but it is what it is. And I do love where I live. I have great friends and I'm close to my family here. And so it's nice not to have to get on a plane. But yeah, it would still be nice to be able to, you know, live in a city where I didn't need to depend on my car, or I could depend on public transportation without worrying that I'm going to be just really sore from walking around a city. Yeah. So, sorry this was a bummer of a video, but I promise that the videos I am editing or trying to figure out how to edit will be up soon, and you can see me walking in boots. I think I have one, and then I have one for bandages that I mentioned before. I'm not sure if I'll get to them tonight because, okay, first of all, my contact is freaking out. Not sure if I'll get to finishing the editing tonight or if I can get to it this weekend, but I definitely want to get those up and off of my computer because they are kind of requested videos, or at least one of them was. So yeah, thank you for watching, and if anyone has any other questions about maybe things you think I might be missing out on that I could maybe further elaborate on those type of things, or just other ideas, because I am really enjoying when people send me ideas on, like, you know, how do you feel about this or how do you feel about that. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I think we're at like 307 subscribers, which is crazy because I've only been on YouTube for like 5 months. So that is awesome. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I will have some more videos up for you soon. Bye!